There are many reasons people refuse to adult up. And what is adulting up? Let's actually talk about that first. It's a psychological and an environmental and biological factor of unresolved childhood trauma, fears of responsibility that come from adulthood. I get it. Shh. Welcome to the Secret Life Podcast. Tell me your secret. I'll tell you mine. Sometimes you have to go through the darkness to reach the light. That's what I did. After 12 years of recovery in sex and love addiction, I finally found my soulmate, myself. Please join me in my novel, Secret Life of a Hollywood Sex and Love Addict, a 4-time bestseller on Amazon. It's a brutal, honest, raw, gnarly ride, but hilarious at the same time. Check it out now on Amazon. Welcome to Secret Life Podcast. I'm Brianne Davis-Gantt. Today I'm pulling back the curtains of all kinds of human secrets. We'll hear about what people are hiding from themselves or others. You know those deep, dark secrets you probably want to take to your grave? Or those lighter, funnier secrets that are just plain embarrassing? Join me as we take a deep dive into one subject matter, exploring the how, what, when, where, and why of it all. Today, it's Secret Life, and I want you to join the ride. We are talking about, dun dun dun, adulting up. Man, there are some adult children running around not wanting to adult up. There is something going on in society where people don't want to evolve into adulthood. It is like they are refusing to become adults, full-blown adults, like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, not becoming adults. It's like man babies, women babies, just frolicking around in this society, and they don't want to emotionally evolve, mature, hold jobs, communicate. It's just insanity. So Mark and I thought it was a good idea, since we deal with some adult babies, that we did an episode about adulting up. And I picked 15 things that can help you adult up in your life, that are easy things. The 15 top things to adult up in your life. And you can go Google all you want and you won't find these 15 things together. So this is my list of 15 things to adult up. 15 things, let's do it. So why do people not want to adult up? So there are many reasons. There are many reasons people refuse to adult up. And what is adulting up? Let's actually talk about that first. It's a psychological and an environmental and biological factor of unresolved childhood trauma, fears of responsibility that come from adulthood. I get it. I don't want to take my car to the shop. I don't want to get my oil changed. I don't want to pay that fucking bill. I don't want to buy toilet paper. I think it should just give it to you. I don't want to buy toothpaste. I hate it. And tampons. I don't think women should have to buy tampons. Okay? I don't. And a lack of an adult role model in your life. To say I did not have a great role model with one of my parents is an under-fucking statement. One of my parents could not show up like an adult and be responsible. So if you have a parent that is not a role model, you probably have trouble adulting up. And lastly, the fact that your brain does not fully mature till 25. 25. And that always, I get very angry with parents that bring their child to me and they're 21 and they're like, why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? And I'm like, first of all, you didn't teach them any life skills. My 7-year-old knows how to do laundry before your 21-year-old. So it's your fault, parent. Secondly, your child's brain's not fully developed till 25. So I digress. Okay. Feelings of being overwhelmed by financial responsibility, emotional responsibility, fear of death, right? And a sense of the loss of freedom contributes to people not wanting to fully embrace adulthood. That is why. So, Arrested Development. This happens for, I know that's a show, but it's a good show. But that is one of the major reasons. Unresolved childhood trauma really affects people not emotionally growing, not emotionally evolving. That's why right now, the whole male lonely epidemic, which I will do a show about that a lot of men are not evolving because they have arrested development. They did not get emotional growth, emotionally allowed to grow in their youth. So a lot of men do not want to evolve and completely adult up in emotional sense, right? Maturity, dependency, poor boundaries, low self-esteem. Fear of responsibility. A lot of adults hate responsibility, and we think because we go into adulthood, we should love responsibility. No one loves responsibility. No one's like, yay, I have to do all these things. I have to pay the electricity bill. I even had a client, she moved into her first apartment, and she had no idea she had to ask the electricity and water to be turned on. Her mom never taught her that, or her parents never taught her that. And she was like, wait, I have to call to get it turned on and then I have to pay for it. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it works. And so the fear of being responsible for water, being responsible for power, but that is your parents' job. And a lot of parents these days do not teach their children responsibility. And so I think it falls in the line of parents not helping children be prepared for the world. So fear of responsibility. And that starts with parenting, making children have jobs. Your kid should have a job, should pay for some of the bills in the household. I was taking Davis to Target, and a lady, I said, no, Davis is paying for, my child's paying for that toy because he had money, and I make him pay for his toys if he wants something. And the lady's like, that is a great idea. My son, she said, when he had his first job, she made him pay for the groceries of the household. And he was so upset. He had to pay $200 of his first job's paycheck for paying for the groceries of the whole house. And it taught him this is the responsibility of adulthood. So he understood how expensive it was. Great mom, great mom. Existential fears. When you grow older, the anxiety of passing time, sickness, death, life frustration. So even a lot of 50-year-olds that I worked with, even 70-year-olds, still think they're younger and they don't want to fully be adults. So they go into addiction, escapism, numbing out because a part of them didn't even want to grow up and still haven't grown up in their 70s. Fantasy bond. Here we go. I love this one. Fantasy bond. Parents, they had a psychological fantasy bond with their parents, that they had a sense of security, which is an act of like self-defiance against the world. Like they did not have to become an adult because their parents gave them a sense of security. So their anxiety of becoming an adult didn't make them fully adult up because their parents gave them that sense of security. So it's this fantasy bond between their parents. Cray. Even if their parents is dead, it's like it gave them that like, oh, my parents will always take care of me. It's security. Yeah. So it's the parents' responsibility to sever that tie, to cut that tie, to say, no, I'm giving you life skills to function in this world. That is a parent's responsibility, not to suck energy from their kids, not to get the love they need from their kids, but as a parent, your job is to teach your children to adult the fuck up. Be a good functioning human on this planet. Not to get good grades, not to be the best at sports, to function as an adult on this planet and produce something, provide something, be a good person on this planet. And I want to be able to put my kid out on the street at 13, 18, and he can do laundry, cook, clean, take care of himself, know how to manage money, show up on time, and all those life skills that most parents don't teach. All right, environmental, social reasons, lack of a role model. Like I said, one of your parents probably was a bad role model. Overprotection. When a parent literally is too overprotective of their child, that leads to lack of preparation for independent life skills. Helicopter parents, which sometimes I'm like, don't fall from a tree. I'm a little OCD about that. Changing life cycles. Modern life has changed the typical life cycle with people taking longer to finish school, starting careers, starting families. This delay marking adulthood has been delayed. Yes, and economically, it is harder for people to move out. It is harder for people to afford their whole life, right? Rent is really expensive. Food is really expensive. So a lot of people are having trouble adulting up because they can't fucking afford it. And that is not their fault. That is the economy's fault. Totally get it. That is society's fault. This is the government's fault. That is all of that. So I get that as well. Lastly, brain development. Like I said, 25. You aren't fully matured in your brain till 25. And last, individual differences. Everybody is genetically, environmentally different in development. So each person has a different amount of development. So one 20-year-old might be different from another 20-year-old. And that is why people adult differently. But let's get to my top 15 ways to adult up today. If you are struggling to adult up, here are my top 15. Number 1, make a priority to educate yourself. Educate yourself on what is a retirement plan? What is a health plan? How do I work the stock market? How do I save money? How do I look for future ways to do things? What is crypto? How do I get into crypto? How do I buy gold? Start looking ahead. You can do these things even with a smaller amount of money. Start looking, how do I educate myself to think bigger than just cash now, small things now, just this doctor's appointment? How do I look and educate myself for future investments and future things? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, don't put yourself on a timeline. Don't settle for the wrong person. Don't settle for the crappy career you really don't want to do. Don't feel like you have to meet someone, get married, have a baby, have the career by 33. Like, that is a recipe for bad choices. There's no timeline. There's no fucking timeline. There's nobody over here tallying your behind. Every day you do be better than the day before. Every day you show up. That is how. And you adult up. And you get the things done in front of you. Right? There's no fucking timeline for when you buy a house, get married, have a kid, have your career, have $1 million in the bank or whatever, 200,000, or it doesn't matter. There's no timeline. You're supposed to enjoy the journey. Don't put yourself on a timeline. You will fail, and that will make you not want to do it and not adult up. Number 3, remember, there is more proof of your success than your failures. And here's the deal. Failures aren't failures. Failures are lessons. Every step you make forward is a success. And if you feel it's a failure, I want you to go, what did I learn from this? Because every failure I thought I had actually got me to a bigger place. And every success I thought I had was all about ego and didn't have any growth in that. So there are more successes than you realize, because look at your failures as successes. All right, next one. Use your calendar. Make a calendar. People use their phones. Do you, boo? I'm old school. I write it down in a book. Do your appointments. Make your plans. I have sticky notes galore. I do not miss an appointment. When people do not adult up, they miss a lot of appointments. They overschedule themselves. They put too many things down. Make sure you use a calendar. Write it down. Write your shit down where you got to be on your calendar. Do alerts. Make sure you're on time. 15 minutes early. That is on time. Great. Next one. Go to bed early. That is how grown-ups sleep in. We do not sleep till 9 o'clock. We do not sleep till 10 o'clock. Go to bed early. That is number 1. You need sleep. When you are an adult, you need to get up earlier. Start your day earlier. It keeps you on track. It makes you feel better. Your body works better when you're older. Do not sleep in. Next one. A lot of adults, they want to have ownership, retirement plan, and all that. That is great. That is great. But it's harder and more daunting when you start there. So you need to focus on, how can I take care of myself and be more financially responsible today? How much can you save a week? Start a savings. Get a high get a high return in your savings, get as high savings where you can get money back, 4% or whatever it is right now at your bank, and just start saving. Save every week. Put an amount in every week. A month, put $100 in, and you will start feeling better. Don't think about a mortgage and all of that. Next one, if you can, go to therapy, work on yourself, develop self-awareness, identify what you struggle with, what trauma you haven't worked on. That is the number one thing to adult up. Look at yourself, self-awareness. Anybody that doesn't do that is stuck in the past, stuck in their childhood, letting their child wounds run them. Next, make time for yourself. At least even 30 minutes a day. Prioritize yourself. What brings you joy? What relaxes you? What a good book, something, listening to good music. I like painting. I like gardening. I like taking a bath, things like that brings you joy, calms your nervous system. Next one. If you can put it down, you can put it fucking away. Don't just leave a glass. You can put the glass in the dishwasher. If you can put it down, your dirty clothes on the ground, you can put it in the hamper. Got it? You don't need to leave it on the floor. It's that simple. Almost done. 3 more. Take a social media break. It's bad for your mental health. Notice how you feel every time you go on social media. Exhausted. Doom scrolling is what it's called for a reason. Take a social media break. Try to put it down on the weekends especially. Second to last, here we go. Number 14. If the only thing you can do for a minute, okay? If it only takes a few minutes for a minute, do it. Pay that bill. Wash those dishes. Put the laundry in the laundry machine. Don't let stuff pile up. Don't let stuff pile up. If you have bills sitting on your table, do one bill. Don't let stuff pile up. If you do, that is a very childlike thing, and you will get overwhelmed, and then the childlikeness in you won't do it. And lastly, here we go, number 15. Don't take criticism from those you won't want their life. You won't take advice from. Never, never, never take advice from someone you don't want the life of. Got it? So even your mom, if you don't want her life, don't take her advice. Got it? So those are my top 15 ways to adult up today that are simple. I hope this helps you. I hope you adult up just a little bit in your life. There's a whole worksheet. You can even go online and say, how do I adult up? And you can find all these worksheets and you can print it up and start checking off ways to adult up. There's simple, even other ones. And I wanted to pick ones that work for me. Thank you for listening to Secret Life Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Send me your topics and I'll put them out as fast as I can at secretlifepodcast@icloud.com. Until next time. Thanks again for listening to the show. Please subscribe, rate, share, or send me a note at secretlifepodcast.com. And if you'd like to check out my book, head over to secretlifenovel.com or Amazon to pick up a copy for yourself or someone you love. Thanks again. See you soon.